know, it's something that I hoped for and that I imagined several different times, but I didn't exactly know when it was going to happen or exactly how it was going to happen. I think I was just willing to do the work, you know. I was willing to put the work in. I moved my life out to LA. I was back and forth from London. You know, I made a few sacrifices along the way. So what seems like overnight success, you know, it didn't exactly feel like that. But I'm glad to be here, and I'm happy for the opportunity. I've had many down times, you know. Some of them, you know, be embarrassing to share, but you know, it's all a part of growth and life. You know, I've missed out on opportunities. You know, I've tried for opportunities and tried for jobs, and I haven't received replies. And you know, I've been in the position in which you've been ignored and several other things. But it's a part of the growing process, I feel. I filmed a TV pilot for HBO that got cancelled. So you know, at first I thought that I was going to be, you know, in a good financial state and working, and then the show got cancelled. You know, but you know, I still kept going regardless, because you know, I believe in myself and I believe in what I wanted to accomplish. Well, we knew there was going to be a tonal change. Okay. I'm not the director, so it was based on the director, Steve the Knight's vision. And he is someone that we definitely respect in terms of him leading the charge creatively. So he created the tone that we wanted, and we helped to facilitate him and his vision. But I knew I wanted a lead character that was much more relatable, much more on the ground level, younger, and a much more fresh cast. And so that's the route that we took, and we found that the audiences are much more, you know, they're much more comfortable with it when they can laugh in moments, because it is a larger than life, you know, movie that requires a lot of imagination. So I'm glad it all worked out. I think for me, especially my dad, he was very he was very present when I did any acting gigs. So if I had a school performance, my first ever school performance, my dad was there. You know, my dad has always been there to see. And I think, you know, when your parents are involved from the beginning and they are positive about that and supportive, still worried though, because acting is not like being a lawyer or a doctor, you know, so there's much more of there's a possibility you could fail much more, you know. But to see them there and to see them support only added much more to my kind of work ethic. You know, whatever is a success to me is obviously a success to them. You know, basically I'm a child that works for them, you know, because literally all I do is for their well-being, you know. And so for me, it's nice to be able to be in this position, to have your parents a part of that process. And even when I dropped out of university, I had to clear it with my dad first, you know. But the great thing is my manager is also Nigerian, so there was a way in which we could beg and negotiate. And you know, my dad gave me a year. My dad was just kind of like, well, you need to figure this out, unless, you know, you need to go back to the drawing board type. Yeah. I think one of the things that has shocked me based on my transition is that one of the most powerful things you can do when you're starting off a career is not base your end goal on your present situation. It actually doesn't make any sense to base, you know, the dream that you want to achieve on where you are at currently. It takes work, it takes a bit of failure, it takes a bit of hurt and pain to be able to achieve some of these things. I think when people aspire to achieve a certain goal, they want it to be easy, and they're scared because they don't want to be hurt. Whereas in being a hurt is actually a part of the process. I haven't yet heard a successful person who hasn't had a failure. So the more you accept that as being part of the process, the easier it will be for you to be able to go, okay, I failed at this one particular thing, rather than saying I'm failed, I'm defeated, I'm done. but rather you're like, okay, what is another way? You know, am I on the right path? And you continuously figure it out. And I think that's something that's definitely helped me in my path coming on up.